Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today on Fresh Cheese 19 we are looking at Cypress Grove Purple Haze, a flavored goat cheese, and Herbes de Humboldt, which is just goat cheese flavored with Herbes de Provence, a combination of herbs famous from French cooking. But before we open these up and get into them, let me remind you to like the video down below. Click that thumbs up and leave a comment or question and subscribe to the channel. And if you click the bell icon, you will get notified every time the new videos come out on Mondays and Thursdays. So all those things help the channel to grow and get bigger, and I like people watching. So Cypress Grove is a highly regarded creamery in California, and they started with a few goats and they've been making goat milk and goat cheese ever since. So Purple Haze is, strangely, lavender and fennel pollen. I never thought of pollen as a flavoring for anything. And this one is goat cheese flavored with Herbes de Provence, which is a group of like 6, 8, 10 herbs. Fennel, rosemary, thyme, basil, marjoram, the list varies from chef to chef or person to person and their personal tastes. But I've been funny about, I'm kind of a purist in a lot of ways, and I'm kind of a rule breaker in a lot of ways. When I did the shove before, on maybe episode 3 or 4 of the Fresh Cheese series, I just compared 3 plain ones to each other from different companies, different creameries. And I totally ignore, for the most part, anything that are flavored, because often the flavor comes out of a bottle, a jug, a tote. But these are really flavored with foods or herbs or things people really eat. So I thought I would go back and do another shove with something in it. So that's what we're going to start off here with, is the Purple Haze. I'm going to open this up, get it on some crackers, taste it by itself. Now, here comes the awkward opening part. I assumed one corner would peel off, but I didn't really check it beforehand. And now I'm totally embarrassed by not having a scissors or a self-opening container. Snip, snip. Okay, I'm in there now, right? Right? No. Ah. Okay. It's not going to be a pretty label showing up there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, Purple Haze is first. I'm going to put on 4 different crackers that I have here. So I'm going to get a little wad. It's almost bigger than the cracker. And put it on a little rye cracker. It's very plain and rye-y and no salt. Wow, very good. It's got something extra. Should have sampled it plain first. So I can tell there's something herbal, vegetal in the cheese. Oh yeah, the lavender note's pretty clear. Subtle, muted, but clear. Very interesting. It's certainly a full-fat cheese. It's good dairy notes. Just a tiny bit of goatiness. And a nice little tang that you might think is some sort of citrus, lemon, orange. Peel or oil as much as a juice. Oh, very good. And I can't ascribe anything to the fennel. I can't connect anything to fennel pollen. I've never heard of such a thing. Okay, on a buttery cracker. Wow. So those were kind of competing a little bit. The buttery, it's not really buttery cheese, but it's certainly dairy, milk, cream, fat. And there's a little saltiness to the cheese, a little saltiness to the cracker. So I don't know if that went with a buttery cracker or not, but I'm loving this cheese. This is different than most things I've had. So now I've got a flatbread. So if I got the ingredient panel here, pasteurized goat milk, salt, fennel pollen, lavender, cultures, and enzymes. So salt is number 2. Well, I thought I was tasting it, but everything's subtle. The dairy flavors are what's full force and up front. Fat, goat, dairy, milk, cream, all that stuff. And then the lavender and I don't even know what fennel pollen tastes like, but those are subtle, muted background. Just an enhancement. Well, the flatbread really lets the lavender come out. It's very nice, very subtle. What a nice touch. Wow. Okay. Repeat that one. Nope, I've never had anything like that. I thought I was just putting up with goat cheese and goat milk for a few of these. This one, I just love it. The goatiness is the smallest detectable amount, and the flavors are just superb. So I still don't know if I can tell you what fennel pollen tastes like, but the effect here is pretty good. So Purple Haze, wow, from Cypress Grove. So I'll have a link down below in the description to the this particular brand of cheese, this particular flavor of cheese on the Cypress Grove website. I think they sell little 4-ounce discs and maybe a 15-ounce disc is what I saw on the website. So, and you can buy online, or they'll tell you places that sell, I think. So that is just excellent. I don't think I can show the label other than the photos, but this is just amazing. I'm going to take this for lunch today. Now let me move it over out of the way and move on to the other one, which will be an equally challenging opening problem. So lots of cheeses do some sort of herbal treatment. Sometimes they roll soft cheese and some herbs. Sometimes they just mix it in, but this is Herbes de Humboldt. Humboldt has something as a name that they use at this creamery, at this dairy, at this place, and I don't know why. There must be a story somewhere, but it's really full of Herbes de Provence. It's a French cooking technical term almost for this herb mixture. Now let's peek at these ingredients here. Pasteurized goat milk, salt, Herbes de Provence, cultures, and enzymes. Not much to it. Let me wipe my hands and edit this out. So I will taste it by itself first. Wow, very complex. It's hard to pull out any one note. You can tell some of the things you've tasted before. Marjoram, basil, fennel. But the rest of it is just kind of a gamish, which is a nice effect. So I think these are dried herbs that go in here. But that is also a good subtle effect. The cheese is number 1, but the herbs, the whole mix of herbs is stronger here than the lavender and fennel pollen was in the Purple Haze. It's like standing in the spice aisle in front of all those bottles and jars, or maybe in the bulk section in Whole Foods. Not a lot of smell, more herb than dairy. Goes well with the rye cracker. Texture-wise, but I think the taste of the rye wipes out the herbs. So it's that subtle that a strong cracker can change the experience and maybe not for the better. Okay, on a buttery cracker. Wow, the herbs popped. They're stronger than the cheese notes for the most part, and the buttery cracker did fine with that. So I'm going to do one more little slice and go to the flatbread. I'm not getting a lot of salt flavor. It's merely an enhancement to make the cheese taste as good as it can. But you don't notice the salt by itself at all in the cheese, although it's ingredient number 2. And on the flatbread that doesn't have any salt, I'm picking up, I can tell the cheese is salted, but not by a salt flavor. It's just that it's full and rich and full flavored. Nothing is lacking flavor, nothing's lacking salt. You can pick out 4 or 5 of those herbs in that whole gamish of the cracker and cheese. Interesting. Fennel, basil. I'm not sure what else in there. But that is a great cheese. So, Herbs de Humboldt from Cypress Grove. I'll have the link to that products page on their website down in the description below. And this fresh cheese series is really based on the mozzarella gateway of Liz Thorpe in her book of cheese. So this was the inspiration for the series. When I read this and understood how she was organizing things, I thought I can understand cheese too. So mozzarella is a gateway in her world to lots of other fresh cheeses that have similar flavors and textures. So this is definitely 2 thumbs up for these 2 specific cheeses from a specific creamery. So I don't dwell too much on the brands or the availability and varieties here on this series, but these are 2 spectacular examples of a great creamery, a craft creamery doing great things. So as I said before, please like the video, leave comments, leave questions, ask away, and subscribe to the channel. And click the bell to get notified. And this cheese series is winding down. There's only 4 or 5 more to go. And they'll be tasty and interesting. So come back for all those.